Okay, so I want to make a video on why I identify as ADOS and FBA. And I want to start with a question, and I have a list here. So why is there a Irish American Cultural Institute? Why is there the Mayflower Society? Why is there the Associations of Cajuns? Why is there the term Desi? Why is there the Indian American Cultural Association? Why is there the Chinese American Heritage Foundation? Why is there a Nigerian American Foundation? The Nigerian American Multi-Service Association, the Ethiopian American Foundation, and the National Association of Nigerian Nurses in North America. Okay. The reasons why these exist is because they are community terms. It's a term that a community can rally around that has a specific heritage and lineage. It's for the cultural preservation and promotion of a specific heritage and lineage, and it's about political representation. So why is there a double standard when ADOS try to assert themselves in practically the identical way, in a practical identical way? Now, the reason for that is because there is a caste system, a global caste system, and ADOS were pushed into that caste system. And when ADOS try to assert themselves within that caste system, or challenge or dismantle that caste system, there is pushback. And there is pushback because people want to continue the exploitation of lower caste populations, and that could be cultural. For example, when ADOS tries to partake in Asian culture and African culture and these different cultures, we're told that we're doing it wrong or that we're culturally appropriating. Yet people feel like our culture is a free-for-all. They either consider it U.S. American culture, this vague like global culture, or they just don't acknowledge the that all these different cultural items stem from ADOS. So people get to police and gatekeep their culture while ours is a free-for-all, since we can't assert our specific heritage and lineage and connect it to a specific culture. Then we can look at political. In terms of that, you have something like during World War II, Japanese Americans, they were put into internment camps. They lost their jobs, they lost their money, they lost their property. When they were released, they were given reparations. So should Chinese Americans and Korean Americans, were they entitled to the reparations that Japanese Americans got just because they were all Asian American? No. So when it comes to chattel slavery in the U.S., a specific demographic, a specific population, a specific lineage is entitled to those reparations. So that group would have to label themselves in that specific way. And in the same sense, we could look at affirmative action. Affirmative actions were basically a form of academic reparations for a population, for a lineage that went through enslavement and then segregation and Jim Crow. It's just a specific term for a specific lineage for specific social and political activities. So then we can look at the community aspect of that, and it seems like people don't want to acknowledge ADOS identity and ADOS heritage because they don't want to express a lower caste culture to avoid that stigma. So it's just easier not to acknowledge it or pretend like it comes from a different source. And then there's the aspect of having this rallying term, because in that lineage, those people can unify, and then that coming together as a community is presents a challenge and a difficulty in terms of the caste system and exploitation and tribalism, and it's intimidating when a group unifies like that. So those are the reasons why I identify with ADOS and FBA, and those are some of the reasons why there is pushback as well.